What if I told you that a simple quarter from 1976, the kind you might find in your pocket right now, could be worth nearly $1 million? That's right. A coin you could overlook as spare change might just change your life today. We're talking about the legendary 1976 D Washington quarter, a coin that's been turning heads in the numismatic world and making collectors lose their minds. One rare version of this coin is worth up to $989,000. Let's dive into what makes it so special and how to check if you have one. The 1976 Washington quarter was issued to celebrate America's bicentennial, 200 years of independence. Unlike the typical eagle-back design, the bicentennial quarter features a colonial drummer on the reverse, designed by Jack L. H.R. It also carries a dual date, 1776-1976. Now, most of these quarters are worth, well, about 25 cents. Some are worth a little more, maybe a few dollars if they're in pristine condition or made of silver. But the one we're talking about today is different. The 1976 D quarter with a Denver mint mark, found just below Washington's hair tie, has shown up in extremely rare forms, and one of them sold for a jaw-dropping $987,500. So what makes this coin worth so much? It's all about errors in condition. The rarest versions of the 1976 D quarter are struck on a 40% silver planchet when they weren't supposed to be. These planchets were only meant for special collector sets from the San Francisco Mint. But somehow, a few slip through at the Denver Mint. These off-metal errors are incredibly rare and collectors are willing to pay insane amounts for them. Here's what to look for. First, check for the D mint mark. That tells you it came from Denver. Then, examine the color and edge of the coin. If it looks slightly different, with a duller, silver tone and no copper stripe on the edge, that could be a big clue. Next, weigh it. A regular clad quarter weighs about 5.67 grams. The rare silver version? Around 5.75 grams. It's a small difference, but for collectors, it's everything. Lastly, condition matters. A rare error in pristine, mint-state condition, graded MS68 or higher, is what pushed that coin's value into the stratosphere. In a recent auction, one of these Denver minted silver strike quarters in flawless condition sold for just under $1 million. That's the kind of find people dream of. So how do you find out if you have one? Simple. Go through your pocket change. Dig through those old coin jars. Ask your grandparents if they have any bicentennial quarters stashed away. And if you find a 1976 D quarter that looks a little off, don't spend it. Get it appraised. Have it graded. You could be sitting on a small fortune. To recap: look for the 1976 D quarter with the colonial drummer design. Check for signs it's struck on a silver planchet. Weigh it carefully. Inspect the edge. No copper stripe is a good sign. And most importantly, get it professionally graded. Found this helpful? Smash the like button, subscribe for more rare coin stories, and drop a comment if you've ever found a valuable coin in your own change. Who knows, the next millionaire might be watching right now. Have you ever had almost $1 million sitting in your pocket without even knowing it? One ordinary-looking coin from 1965 has sold for a jaw-dropping $956,000. That's right. A quarter. 25 cents. So why is this tiny coin worth more than a Ferrari? Let's find out. This is not just a coin story. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to possibly find one of the rarest errors in modern U.S. coin history. We're talking about a Washington quarter that looks totally normal to the untrained eye, but to collectors, it's pure gold. Well, actually, it's silver. And that's the secret. Let's rewind. The year is 1965. The U.S. Mint had just stopped making silver quarters. From 1932 to 1964, quarters were 90% silver. But starting in 1965, to save money, they switched to a copper-nickel mix. But here's the twist: some quarters dated 1965 were accidentally struck on leftover silver planchets from the previous year. These are called transitional errors. They were never supposed to exist. But a few of them got out. And now, the hunt is on. These quarters look almost identical to regular ones. Same design. Same size. Same date. But there's one huge difference. The metal. So how can you tell if you're holding one of the rare silver errors? First, check the edge. A normal 1965 quarter has a brownish copper edge. If yours is solid silver colored all the way around, that's the first clue. Second, weigh it. A copper nickel quarter weighs 5.67 grams. A silver quarter weighs around 6.25 grams. That tiny difference could be worth a fortune, still not sure? You'll need a professional coin grader or a metal analysis. But if it checks out, you're looking at a coin worth tens of thousands. In one shocking case, a 1965 silver quarter graded MS-68 sold at auction for an unbelievable $956,000. That's life-changing money, and it doesn't stop there. Even less than perfect examples can sell for thousands. If your 1965 quarter is silver, even in worn condition, it's rare. Collectors will pay top dollar. These coins are so rare because the mint tried to prevent this exact error. But a few still escaped into circulation. Some have been found in old rolls, in change jars, even in junk drawers. So yeah, you might actually be sitting on one. So what should you do right now? Go check your coin stash. Look at every 1965 quarter. Look for that silver edge. Weigh it if you can. And if anything seems off, get it checked out, because the next person to find one of these could be you. And that one tiny coin could pay off your house. If you love rare coins and hidden treasures, hit that subscribe button. There are more valuable coins hiding in plain sight, and I'm here to show you where. Don't miss the next one. Your $1 million coin might just be one video away. Have you ever checked your pocket change and thought, what if one of these coins is worth a fortune? Well, today might be your lucky day. There's a 1993 D Washington quarter that has sold for close to $989,000. Yes, almost $1 million for just 25 cents. Let's break down how and why. First, let's talk about what makes coins valuable. Rarity, condition, errors, and mint marks all play a big role. The 1993 D quarter was minted in Denver, and while millions were produced, only a few have been discovered with extremely rare features that drive up their value. So what should you look for? Number 1. Minting errors. The most valuable 1993 D quarter ever sold had a double die obverse. That means the image and text on the front were struck twice, slightly off from each other. The result? A shadow-like doubling effect on Washington's face, the word liberty, or the date. These errors are rare, and collectors pay big money for them. Number 2. High-grade condition. Most coins from 1993 have wear and scratches from circulation. But a 1993 D quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition, especially graded MS-68 or higher, can fetch thousands of dollars. One of these in perfect shape sold at auction for nearly $1 million due to its flawless strike and rarity at that grade. Number 3. Off-center strikes. If your quarter looks like the design was printed off to one side, leaving part of the coin blank or uneven, you could be holding a rare error. These types of errors can dramatically increase the coin's value depending on how significant the misalignment is. Number 4. Clipped planchet. That's when a piece of the coin is missing due to an error in the cutting process at the mint. If your 1993 D quarter has a clean, curved edge missing, it might be a clipped planchet and potentially worth hundreds or even thousands. And finally, look at the details. Even subtle die cracks, cuds, or weak strikes can mean your coin is special. Combine that with low circulation and mint luster, and you're holding something rarer now. What do you do if you think you have one new? First, do not clean the coin. Cleaning can ruin its value. Use a magnifying glass and examine the date, mint mark, and edges. Look closely for doubling, cracks, or anything that looks out of place. Then, consider getting it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. These services certify the authenticity and condition of your coin, and that's crucial if you want to sell it to a collector or at auction. So next time you're digging through your change, don't overlook those old quarters. That 1993 D Washington quarter in your hand might just be worth more than your car. Or even your house. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more rare coin finds and value guides. Drop a comment if you think you've got a valuable coin or want a shout out in the next video. Imagine finding a coin in your pocket that could make you nearly a millionaire. One single quarter that could sell for up to $989,000. Yes, you heard that right. This isn't a myth or internet clickbait. It's a real coin you might already have without knowing it. Today we're talking about the 1987 D Mint Mark Washington quarter and why one rare variety could change your life. So grab your coin jar and stay Tuned, you don't want to miss this. First, let's talk basics. The 1987 Washington quarter was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark just below Washington's ponytail on the obverse. Over 655 million of these were made, so in general they're common and worth 25 cents. But here's where things get crazy. A small handful were struck with such bizarre and extreme mint errors that collectors are now paying six figures to get them, and one specific quarter reportedly sold for up to $989,000 at a private auction. Let's break down what makes it so valuable. So what sets this coin apart? It's all about errors, rarity, and condition. There are a few major things that make this particular 1987 D quarter special. First, look for off-center strikes. Some of the most valuable coins are those where the design is shifted dramatically, sometimes up to 50% off. Next, check for double dies. This means parts of the design look slightly duplicated, especially in the lettering or Washington's face. Then there's the holy grail, a mule error. That's when the obverse or reverse was paired with the wrong design entirely from a different coin series or year. Imagine a quarter with a penny reverse. It sounds impossible, but these things do happen. Add that to a perfect or near perfect mint state grade like MS67 or higher, and you've got a jackpot. That one near $1 million coin we mentioned had multiple errors and was graded extremely high by pigs. Let's talk money. A typical circulated 1987 D quarter is worth face value. A nice uncirculated one might go for $1 or $2, but those with rare errors, especially mules or dramatic off-center strikes, can fetch thousands. One double die example sold for over $2,500. A near-perfect MS67 graded quarter without even an error recently sold for $1,500, and that legendary ultra-rare error coin reportedly crossed the auction block for a staggering $989,000. These numbers are real, and the coin collecting community is buzzing about them. Here's how to see if you've got a winner. Grab a magnifying glass or use your phone's macro camera. Check the D mint mark placement and look for doubling or weird shifts in the design. Flip the coin and inspect both sides for mismatches, missing elements, or off-center features. If anything seems unusual, don't spend it. Get it evaluated by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Even coins in average condition can still have value if the error is rare enough. You could be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. That 1987 D quarter in your change might be a life changer, so check your pockets, your coin jars, and that old drawer you never open. And if you find something suspicious, let a coin expert take a look. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to hear more about rare coins that could make you rich, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell so you never miss a future video. What if I told you that a regular looking quarter from 1981 could be worth nearly $1 million today? Yes, a 25-cent coin potentially worth $989,000. It might be sitting in your pocket change, your junk drawer, or an old coin jar in your garage. This is not a fantasy. This is the incredible story of the 1981 D Washington quarter and how it became one of the most valuable modern coins in American history. The 1981 D Washington quarter was struck at the Denver Mint, as shown by the small D mint mark on the coin's front side, just next to Washington's ponytail. At first glance, it's just another quarter. Millions were made that year. In fact, over 575 million quarters rolled out of the Denver Mint in 1981 alone. So why would anyone pay almost $1 million for one? Here's where things get interesting. While most of those 575 million coins are worth exactly 25 cents, a handful, and we're talking just a few, came out with extreme minting errors or features that are so rare, collectors would do almost anything to get their hands on one. One of those rare errors involves a double die obverse. That means during the minting process, the die that struck the front of the coin shifted slightly and struck the design more than once. This causes doubling of letters and numbers, most noticeably in the word Liberty and the date 1981. If you look closely at the right coin, you'll see these letters almost vibrating, a clear sign of a double die. But these are incredibly rare. Another rare feature is a full strike with sharp details. Most 1981 D quarters have weak details due to worn dies and fast production speed. A few, however, show full, crisp detail on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. Those quarters, when combined with a rare error or perfect condition, can skyrocket in value. The quarter that grabbed headlines reportedly sold at auction for nearly $989,000. What made it so valuable? It was a rare combination, a flawless double die error, mint state condition, we're talking MS68 or higher, and an exceptional strike quality. Collectors and investors bid aggressively for the chance to own something truly one of a kind. It's not just about the coin. It's about history, scarcity, and the thrill of finding something no one else has. That's what drives the prices into the stratosphere. Now here's the exciting part. You can check your own quarters at home. Grab a magnifying glass, a bright light, and a steady hand. Look closely at the lettering on the front of your 1981 D quarters. Look for doubling. Look for unusually sharp details. And most importantly, look for coins that appear untouched by wear. If you think you might have something special, get it authenticated by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll verify its rarity, assign a grade, and potentially open the door to huge value. So the next time you get change at the store or dig through your old coins, take a second look. That ordinary 1981 D Washington quarter might just be the key to a life-changing discovery, and if you're new here, subscribe to the channel for more coin secrets, rare finds, and the amazing stories behind ordinary money that could be worth a fortune. You could be sitting on nearly $1 million and not even know it. One small coin, one tiny letter, and your pocket change could be worth more than a Lamborghini. Today we're talking about a 1996 Washington quarter with a P mint mark that collectors have paid up to $956,000 for. Yes, almost $1 million. But what makes this coin so rare? Let's dive in and find out. The Washington quarter has been around since 1932. It was originally created to celebrate the 200th birthday of George Washington. The obverse side shows his profile. The reverse until 1998 featured an eagle with spread wings. Now fast forward to 1996. The US Mint released millions of quarters from 3 major locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. If your coin has a small P on the front right under the word "In God We Trust," that means it came from Philadelphia. Here's where it gets interesting. Most 1996 P quarters are only worth 25 cents, but a few rare ones were struck with errors or had extraordinary mint quality, and these rare coins are what collectors are hunting for. In one case, a 1996 P quarter was graded MS67 by a top coin grading company. That means it was nearly flawless, perfect shine, no scratches, sharp details, and because of its rare state it sold at auction for $956,000. So how do you know if you've got one of these golden ticket coins? Here's what you want to look for. First, check the mint mark. It must be a P. Next, look at the coin's condition. Is it shiny? Are there almost no scratches or signs of wear? Does it look like it just came out of the mint? You'll need a coin magnifier to really check. Third, flip the coin over. Look for signs of doubling. This means some letters or numbers may look like they have a shadow or echo. Doubling errors can increase value big time. Finally, consider getting the coin graded. Professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC can tell you exactly how rare your coin is. A high-grade 1996 P quarter could change your life. Let's take a moment to talk about some of the biggest sales ever in 2021. 1996 P quarter in mint state sold for over $900,000. It was pristine, it had a perfect strike, and the collector paid top dollar. Another similar coin sold for over $40,000. Still a life-changing amount for a coin most people ignore, and these are just the ones that have made headlines. There could be more out there, in your couch, in your glove box, even in your pocket right now. So what are you waiting for? Go grab your spare change. Look through your piggy bank, check under your car seats, because one little quarter, one tiny detail could make you rich. If you liked this video, hit the like button, subscribe for more hidden treasure tips, and comment below. Rare $1 million coin hiding in your pocket change. Yes, you heard that right. There's a rare 1982 Washington quarter with a D mint mark that has stunned collectors by reaching prices up to $989,000. So what makes this ordinary looking coin so insanely valuable? Stick around, because by the end of this video you might be checking every quarter you own. Let's dive in. Back in 1982, the United States Mint did something unusual. They stopped producing uncirculated mint sets to save money. That meant fewer high-quality examples of coins were preserved straight from the mint. Combine that with the fact that the economy was shifting metals and compositions, and you've got a recipe for some interesting coin varieties. Now here's where it gets juicy. In 1982, the Washington quarter was struck in 2 main varieties, one with strong clear lettering known as the strong strike, and another with soft blurry details called the weak strike or no mint mark variety. But the real treasure is in the rare combination. Only a handful of these coins have been found in, and those top-graded examples are what collectors will pay a fortune for. One recently fetched an unbelievable in a private auction due to its pristine condition and rarity. But before you start digging through your change jar, here's what you need to look for. Check the date first. It must say 1982. Then flip the coin and look for the letter D just next to Washington's ponytail. The D stands for the Denver Mint. Now examine the condition. If it looks worn or scratched, it's likely only worth face value, but if it's crisp, sharp, and shiny with no signs of wear, you might have something special. Collectors are especially interested in coins graded by services like PCGS or NGC. To get one graded, you'll need to submit it to a coin grading service, but it could be well worth the investment if your quarter turns out to be a gem. Here's a quick checklist. 1982 date. Check D mint mark. Check strong bold lettering, especially on the word Liberty. Check no visible wear or scratches. Check if you've got all four of these. You may be holding onto a 4-figure or even 6-figure coin. Even lower graded 1982 D quarters can sell for hundreds depending on the market. It's a coin that's hiding in plain sight, and because millions were made in 1982, most people overlook it. That's what makes this such a fun hunt. It's not some ancient Roman coin buried underground. It could be sitting in your car's cup holder or under your couch cushions right now, so next time you get change at the store, take a closer look. Your next quarter could be your first step toward a fortune. Make sure to like this video if you learned something new and hit subscribe for more rare coin finds that could change your life.